everybody, and welcome to my house tour for 2023. I did a house tour a long time ago in the past, but a lot in my house has changed, so why don't I show you guys a tour of what it looks like now. So now I have 16 rooms, and it follows a linear path like this to the very last room. But there's also some shortcuts like from here to here, and this room shortcuts to this room. So I got shortcuts to pretty much skip to the end. But I'll show you those shortcuts too. So my first room is Chateau Malefique, which means Castle of Evil. And this was like, it's kind of like a facade, just like a front face of the castle to show that my house is like a big castle. But there's also a little bit of castle inside here too. So first we have the kind of like a magical theme to it. So there's like magical blocks here that kind of give it a feel of magicalness. And then there's also a little bit of magicalness up on the tower. If we go up here past Fendark, on this tower up here, this is supposed to kind of have a magical vibe to it, like the strange stones on the ground. This used to be like a teleporter themed tower. So you see there's a walkway, and you can actually get up and walk around the four big towers. And there's a tower here. And you can also, there's a little hole to fall through here, but you can walk past that, and it's a magical flying castle now that I can drive that lifts up off the ground. It's just some fun lore to it. There's my little guard demons and my guard kitty. So they make sure no one gets in that's not supposed to. This is the entryway right here to go in deeper. And then I like my forge, my blacksmithy, to be here easily accessible, so I can just come in quickly. And this is like my thinking place to work on my gear. So I have my anvil here, and then my quenching station, which is like where you put the hot metal in water to cool it off, and the forge, which has magic stones around it to help protect, and then my quenching materials here on the left side. And then here's a little inner part, just like a little room. And I have my crenellations, which is like places for you to shoot arrows out of. There's a little moat with some fish in it. And the design for this castle, I actually did a lot of research on all different types of castles, but these crenellations in the tops are based off of English and French designs. That's why they're shaped like this. But I also just did the best with what blocks are available. And then up here is a ramp to the shortcut. This tower is the shortcut. So if you stand on here and jump down, you can see the underside, which isn't finished because of the block limit. I just didn't do anything down here because but actually you see there's the shortcut here in these water blocks. And this leads to the probably the most beautiful room in my house. But we'll get to this as we get to it. We're going to follow the linear path. That's the shortcut. So normally you enter and then past the castle, entering inside, we have Floating Cloud, which my name Yunche is from a light novel called Against the Gods, and Floating Cloud is Yunche's home, the character Yunche. And so, of course, I wanted this to have like a floating cloud type feel. But recently I've changed it to nighttime underwater backgrounds. So, but usually it's like a beautiful bright sky, something that would have a cloud. And I added this tree here to give it some atmosphere. But I wanted somewhere I could come to meditate. So I can come here and just vibe, chill with my cat, and sit here and have a nice view to meditate on. And you can actually walk down these stairs here to get down lower, or you can ride the waterfalls. So I got these water pieces, and they go down to the rafters, or you can fall all the way down. And this is the waterworks. This water pumped up from here goes to all of the castle. And this is actually, this thing over here is something I designed for taking pictures indoor. And this is called a Yome trap. So this sort of thing, uh, if you get your Yome in here and you get them, you go away from it, away from the stairs. Now she's gonna have a really hard time getting out of here unless I go into that corner where she can grab the stairs. So I can go anywhere here and take pictures with other people without my Yome, and it just makes it easier. So here we have the sitting room. Um, got books. Nice place to talk. Uh, enough couches to feed a lot of people. And the fireplace. And this is just a good place for me to put the little miniature castle. See if you see it there. It's like the only good place to put that. But I got these nice, beautiful flowers and just a nice atmosphere to talk with people. So let's go on through Floating Cloud, which is like the entranceway, and into Villa. Now, this is a special room because, for one, I I like high fantasy concept rooms. I like everything to have a really fantastical or really strange, mysterious, or ethereal feel. But this is actually like modern architecture. This is like the only normal room. And the other thing about this room is that this is the only room that I didn't design. This was designed by other people. So, although I made minor modifications, like I added these palm trees when they were added to the game, most of this room has been designed by guests of my house. So I really like the house, though. It has this room has like the very modern feel. We have the living room, bedroom. I added this window though. This was a wall, and I wanted it more open. And I added these little slits because I like the feng shui feeling of openness and space rather than like uh, smaller claustrophobic areas. And one thing I really like about this trash can furniture is that you can like completely fit inside it. Just something I like about it. But this is one of the very few kitchens in my house. I don't like kitchen because even for like role play, usually don't go in kitchen areas, so they're not as useful. We even have an outdoor barbecue here, but I don't normally add kitchens anymore because for role playing, I guess there's just a lot more functional areas like living room, sleeping room, big pool. But I guess there's times when you're in a role play situation you'd want to eat. So let's head out of the villa. And here we are in the throne room. This was inspired by Wuxia style, which is like Chinese samurai style throne, mainly from like Revelation Online's art style, which is a game I played before this, which is pretty dead game now. So that's sad. Don't log into Revelation expecting to see any people there. I've heard it's really dead, but it's a functional throne. You can come up and sit. You can also get behind it. So there's the stairs here. And I added an, so you can stand behind it. And I added an office here for when I'm in the throne and I want to do some studying in my little office, or just have a casual dip in my little spa with a view of the outside. And in the spa, it's pretty private up there, so you can just, someone could come in here and probably not even see you up in there. But my favorite thing about this is just the geometric architecture of it, how it's designed uh, not just to be beautiful, but also for tactical reasons, like invading forces would have a hard time getting up here. This would be a good position to hold. It's even harder to get up on the sides too, but would be easy to defend here with a spear if you were a guard, or even here defending down with a spear. So I defended it really tactically and also beautifully. And then this used to be all gray, but I've added like tiles like this to make it look like marble. So this is one of my favorite things to build. I've got the bushes here stacked up, and then with all these newer rugs that they've added, really makes it look nice. But stacked it up with gold, and of course I have my uh, money bath with a gold pillow next to the fireplace where I can chill or do photo ops. I really like all these new backgrounds. I don't know about that ceiling. Kind of makes it look like a prison. Maybe I'll change that. There's better stuff now. But I love the red tile floor. Really suits the room. Let's go to the next area. And this is one of my favorite ones to build too. A modern nightclub, and I needed a pole because you need a pole for dancing, of course. You know. And I really had fun designing this because it also has the magical tiles, the spazzy tiles. They spaz until a little while, and then to get them going again, you have to move again. So see, they kind of like they move when you move. It's fun, and this little stage is kind of hollow to save blocks, but a really easy on ramp, and then you can jump off the sides. And up here, this is kind of like the bathroom, but I don't know. It doesn't really need a bathroom in here. But you can have the DJ booth up here. And from the DJ booth, you can get on the disco ball. And then one of my favorite features is this very modern style waterfall, which pipes out of the water thing here, which connects back to the floating clouds water system. And a little sandy area to chill and get some sun. And another audio area for the sound to come out. We've got gambling, a VIP section with the VIP ropes, and a very nice missing back wall so that when you're in the VIP section, you have a view out of the ocean. And then I love these red trees and these little wooden racks, just really bring it all together. So great place for the VIPs to hang out. And then a full bar with the modern style architecture. We can cook noodles and rice back here. And then a selection of wines and spirits, as well as like a fold up little thing on the side for workers to get in and out of. Okay, so which way, which arrow is it to the next area? Okay, is that right? Now we're getting lost. So this should be throne room. Okay, throne room. Yeah. So next we go to the Mountain Spring Hotel. This Ryokan, including the rocks. The rocks, I just got these. This is my newest addition to my house. Is these rocks I got from the Zen furniture set. Now this room, as you tell by the snowy trees, is up in the mountains. So I've got a lot of these snow trees. High in the mountains, a big hot springs filled with stone walls to give the feeling of deep relaxation in a sulfuric place with lots of exotic fish. We got sharks, oarfish, and there used to be a secret tunnel that you could go through here, but I've blocked it off. But that used to be a secret pathway to a room that's now just part of the normal pathway. So what was secret in there, you can just access normally going through this arrow. But I've got it surrounded with the shoji doors or stone walls. As you go up the low stone steps, you can enter deeper into the spa through here. There used to be an arrow too, but now the way out's that arrow. And this would go up like the mountain, but it also shelters another kitchen area. And this is an outdoor barbecue where we're serving fish dishes, and we have little Fendark helping cook, or maybe he's being cooked. And then I always wanted to put some things over here, but just ran out of blocks for this room. So that's about it for this room. Very nice concept. I like how that room turned out. It's pretty much finished. And then my office. So I have an office upstairs in my throne room, but this is like my main office. So I got to use the cool little furniture here. And then I have my fireplaces. Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but that's that room we shortcutted to earlier. I had to be careful with these arrows right next to each other. But the name you see there up on the top right is Illusionary Demon Fortress, I'm pretty sure. But that's another tie-in to the Yunche's light novel. So it's part of the story of Yunche in Against the Gods light novel. But it's pretty much his, without giving us spoilers, it's just another one of his um, like homes. But this design out here is actually based off a real castle in England. So this terrace, this little wooden structure, and then the castle's shape, as well as these windows here, is all based off a castle in England. I forget the name of the castle now. It's been so long, but it starts with an L. It's like Lindorf or Lambert or something like that castle in England. But if you saw it, you'd know it because of this beautiful little terrace. But this has the bedroom. So we've got a nice cozy little seating area for snacking. And then on the bed too, which is fun because I've got a mirror here. And then there's a little shower area. See, it's a bath, but it's also got a shower, and this water pipes down uh, and flows in a waterfall over the side of the castle. So if you come out the bedroom balcony here, which is one of my favorite features, you can see the waterfall it pipes down all the way out here. So even like passerbys can enjoy the waterfall. That was a door that's not there anymore. So a lot of these places have undergone like dozens of renovations. And there's also a third floor. This used to lead back to the entrance, but I don't really use it anymore. There was also a really hard parkour course. I'll do it for you guys. Coming up here, and then up here was another path to a different place in the castle. But I don't use it anymore. It's too hard to get up here, and people visiting the castle won't use it anyway. So that's just I just don't use it because it's not functional. So let's continue. That's a fun castle. Going further, deeper in the castle. And that this is the shortcut room. And why would I put a shortcut to this room? Because I really like it. It's really beautiful. This is where I just like to hang out. This is Onsen, based off of a lot of different Japanese onsen hotels, including this uh, black table with the support in the center, black stone table. That was from a Japanese hotel design, and that that block's not supposed to be there. You didn't see that, but original roof design that I made, which this roof design is actually functional for the lighting effects in the game. You see, lets the light in, and while it doesn't have particle lighting effects like Unreal Engine, um, even with this graphic style, you can see the light streaks on things, and it really adds to the atmosphere. See, like these little light particles are being let in. And then we've got boys' hot spring with the boys' changing room. And we've also got the girls' side, which I've got this new curtain that they added to give the girls a little bit more privacy. We know boys don't care. So, and I tried to put the curtain on this side and it wouldn't fit, and it doesn't work. It like broke everything, so it didn't work. But I've got it blocked off here so the boys can't sneak over to the girls' side. But let's take a look at the boys' side real quick. They've got the couch, underwater couch they can chill on, and the fish which you can actually climb up and get stuck on. And then I'll let you in on a little secret. There's a sand block here. It's actually a pass block. So you can peek on the girls' side. But let's not do that, boys. Let's be good. Let's not peek on the girls' side. But this side I really wanted to make beautiful. So I went to every effort, adding the little hanging paper lanterns, the piles of cherry leaves with the past sand at the right moments, bathing area, the lantern sitting area, fruit, the little sleeping cat with the beautiful flowers. And then to give it a secret garden look, I hid this pathway obscured by foliage to make a little secret area even more beautiful. So if you go through here, that's a fake wall of plants. And in here, although it's a little claustrophobic, I've got these new plant walls with red torii gate up there and the flower bath here. So we've got a flower bath, and this sand is passable, so you can get out through here, and you can get in through here too. So I really love this room, and it's great to just relax in the water. And this water floor is textured. As you see, it's lower here and higher here. And you do that by placing the futon bed, these things, in the water, and then put their fall setting on. And then that's how you get the textured floor for the water. And that way, if you're sitting down in the water, if you're shorter, then you're not drowning, you know, because you could sit down in it, and if you're not tall like me, then you'd be completely submerged. Okay, so I think it's this arrow. All right, now I love parkour, although I want my house to be beautiful, not frustrating. But I did want to put in a parkour room. So that's why this looks a little crazy, because this is actually a parkour course. And while I might change it later, I'm pretty satisfied with how it is now. But the exit is here. But if you do complete the parkour challenge, which is medium to hard difficulty, it's not insane level difficulty like most parkour rooms are. I tried to make it a little easier because I feel like most parkour courses are just ridiculously hard with no difficulty curve. So it's a little easy at the start, gets medium, and then hard. But I'll show you the route. Let's see if we can do it. So I've troubleshooted it to uh, get rid of most of the places you can get stuck. But so you go along the pillows, and then you get to the piano. Okay, so we already failed. Maybe it's harder than I thought. But this at the top area is where the beautifulness is. But you get to the piano, and then you run against the shoji wall, and then you have to creep around the shoji wall, staying on the circular thing. And then you can go in the igloo there and just hang out. You can just jump on there from here. But to continue the course, you have these arches, which is where it starts to get difficult because their hitboxes are really strange, and this plant wall up here can actually block you if you don't hit it right. So that's right here. You can get stuck or not be able to pass. So getting past this plant wall into this thing is probably, I should move this plant wall because it just makes it ridiculously hard. But that's how we get up here. Now here's the part that makes it the meditation room. And to get around these things, um, you can't always just climb up on them. You have to get like up on the side of them. Yeah, but there's nice little places to hang out here. We've got the new star-shaped lanterns, some flying oarfish, and another little castle. This shortcut goes to the very last room, so we're not going to go there till we get there. So, but that's where that shortcut leads, to the last room. So continuing on in order. And here's Blue Wind, which is in the Yunche light novel, is Yunche's country or town, more like a city state. Okay, yeah. So floating cloud was like his hometown, and blue wind is more like his country. And we've got a little the pool from a waterfall that surrounds the inside. The inspiration here was the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, but more like in a Chinese style. So this is all an indoor gardens with a terrace step up here to climb to a waterfall. This room is really unfinished. I want to flesh this out a bit more, but I always get like stuck with how I want to go with it. But I wanted like stone steps with waterfalls cascading down. And then this goes down to a little pool with sand. On the bottom floor, there's also the gazebo. There's the exit here. We've got an area for seating. And as we go back up to the upper levels, there's also a nice garden over here with flowers and the origin of the waterfall. And you can actually, I had this where you could ride down it, but I guess not anymore. But this is actually a very interesting feature here. This water you can go down in very deeply. A tall person like me can be submerged, but you can't fall out through it. So this is one of the few water features I have that's super deep. But it's safe that you won't fall out. Unless maybe you were a short character, I think you could get out through there. But this waterfall you should be able to ride down if you jump over that edge. And then it wraps around this side. So we got a little bridge here. And it goes around this side. The little magical water dispellers there. And this goes up here. Interesting little pathway. The seating area. And this used to stare all the way down, but I'm still kind of working on this room. This is something I'll always enjoy building. Okay, on to the next. And this is Divine Ocean Palace, which is another shout out to the Yunche light novel. It was one of the countries like Blue Wind. And this was actually the underwater shortcut from the mountaintop hot spring Ryokan, where I had that little underwater secret passage. And that came here. And this is more like a bedroom, because up these sandy stairs, we've got a bedroom area. And there's a sort of a miniature parkour course with the sharks here to get to the shark. And we've got Fendark riding a shark over here too. See Fendark. And I like to just have fun with the fish furniture here. Added the new catfish. Got a little buffet area. Not much to this underwater area. It was just, I wanted something underwater, and this was before they added the underwater backgrounds. So I was using just the night sky that was just blue to give it an underwater feel with the fish floating around. But now that we have underwater backgrounds, it's not so special anymore, but it'll always be special to me, especially since they love giving us underwater furniture. I've got my little salmon school here. Lots of the oarfish, and you see a tuna up there. I like collecting the rare fish and then putting them in here. Nice bedroom. And then my courtyard. And this is a place where I flex my tree collection. So it's a forest, Down this way we have the landscaped area. And here's my little row of forest. That leads to the next room. So you can walk down here. And you can see I'm really flexing my tree collection. So love to show off my trees. But we also just have a nice little landscaped garden with the circular couches, gazebo, and the only place I could find to put this weird little couch, which is really pretty, but not very functional for posing. It's really hard to get on, so I have this little stone step on the side, and it's really hard to get on this lip of the seat. So I just put it here because it's for looks. It's not really good for sitting on. See how annoying it is to try to pose on, but it looks nice. So let's cut through the forest here. It's my courtyard. I love forests and trees in real life, so that's fun. And then Finder's Copse is my graveyard. So here's the door out. But I added a little bit of lore to this room. See, here we've got the king's grave. This is the grave of the dead king and his the king's guard, his royal knights buried with him. And then here's the rest of his guard, like the lower guard members, all here with him. And then here is the grave of the unknown hero who wasn't named, but you see his place is higher, put in a higher elevation, more honored than the king for the service and his dual wielding swords that he saved the nation. So that's the lore for that. And then, of course, the cat sitting on top of his grave because cats are like that and disrespectful. But I just thought that was a really fun part of the lore of this room, that there would be a hero that's even higher than the king with an unmarked grave. And on this side, to just give it more depth, I tried to create something of a traditional Japanese style cemetery, how they're laid out in the architecture, but I'm not really an expert on that. But it feels like it needs more stones, but that's a project for another day. So, and then this tree is red because it's soaked up so much blood from dead people. So that's just a fun part of that lore. We're really almost to the end. This is my new project, my inner courtyard. There's only 3 rooms left in the castle, so we're deep in the castle, and I want to give the feeling of being deep, deep in a castle, in an inner courtyard. So I'm creating a maze-like structure. I actually have the build for building this on my Facebook page for the live stream we did. And I'm just trying to give it like a maze-like, dungeony feel. But I've got these new ruin blocks that I love. But in here is these black rocks, these black blocks, which protect the magic of these magic-infused rooms. I've got an ice room, and this holds the fire, and this is a nature. So we've got these magic-themed rooms in here, insulated by these black blocks. And then it'll be just more maze and maze-like area here. But I'll still keep the entrance and the exit visible to each other so that it's easily pathable. So that's just need to finish the maze on this side of it. And then the second to last room is operations. And here, my loyal commanders, scheming, doing evil merchant work, making sure that the stonks are going up. It's just a room I had a lot of fun. Mostly I had fun doing the ceiling there. So, and it also has the pathway to my last room. My 50 Shades of room. And this is more for romance. So, we've got fun things for romance in here. Like, here's a place to sit and chill and eat. And then we've got a little bath. A good atmosphere for a romantic area. Or even like classroom role play, if that's what you're into. A lot of structures for that sort of thing, and a little bedroom where I get to use this other cool furniture that really doesn't have any other place in the house. And then the mood lighting upstairs. Uh, that lantern too up there. These lanterns are supposed to denote hidden pathway where you can climb along the walls and get outside. I don't know if I can see it with the camera, but there's actually an outside area outside of the walls, but I'm not going to be able. Yeah, see here? So there's going to be an outside area, but I haven't even really started building that. I did, but then it didn't save it. How frustrating, right? But this is just like a place for two lovers to spend time with each other. So that's the end of my tour. And thanks for visiting my castle, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like to build, maybe it gave you some inspiration for your house. And leave a like or a comment, maybe, if you have any suggestions for how I could improve on it. And thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.